I'm going to now read from Psalm 121. A song for pilgrims ascending to Jerusalem. I look up to the mountains. Does my help come from there? My help comes from the Lord, who made heaven and earth. He will not let you stumble. The one who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel never slumbers or sleeps. The Lord himself watches over you. The Lord stands beside you as your protective shade. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord keeps you from all harm and watches over your life. The Lord keeps watch over you as you come and go, both now and forever. Amen. This psalm is sometimes referred to as the Traveller's Prayer. And it's thought that it was one of those many songs, the psalms that were written by the pilgrims who were climbing the mountains to reach Jerusalem. Did you, when you were reading and listening to that, did you pick up the imagery which builds this picture of a journey? It tells us that God is with us on every journey and offers us protection just like shade does from the sun when it's too hot. Although with weather like this, it's hard to imagine, isn't it? We are reminded that God guards us and protects us just as much when we come home as when we are away. And it explores the rhythm of our lives and the importance of balancing rest with being on the move. And that's what we're going to be exploring today, that rhythm of rushing and resting, and how we can try to find a holiday space just for ourselves. Now at the beginning, obviously, I was chatting with others about going on holiday. But holidays don't always guarantee rest or refreshment, do they? Often we need a holiday when we get back from holiday. And I think, especially in these pandemic days, never knowing if we're going to have to change our plans right up to the last minute. And of course, I'm also thinking about the dreaded ping, or hopefully that's easing off. And staycations are a thing. I think it's just a posh way of just saying, I'm not going anywhere. But travelling in our own country is not a cheap option, is it? Even under normal circumstances. And now it seems that if you try to rent somewhere, it's at least twice the price as it was last year. Everywhere is also booked up. I think if you wanted to go to Cornwall, you're out of luck. Any chance of a last minute break are pretty thin now. When my children were young, I remember vividly the huge stresses of finding good people to look after them when I was at work, when I had to work through the school holidays. I'm really embarrassed to say this, but at the time, I remember being jealous of other mothers who got the opportunity to stay with their children throughout the year. It seemed like a luxury to me at the time, but obviously that was very biased. I had no choice to work, and I really was jealous of those other mothers. Or conversely, the other side of the same story was perhaps when I had an upcoming holiday, school holiday, and on this occasion, I was going to be at home with children. I would get a dread, that sense of dread. What am I going to do with them? What am I going to do to stop them getting bored within 5 minutes? That's not going to render myself bankrupt. Or packing to go away somewhere. possible situation that could possibly arrive. And I doubt there's a single parent in the room who doesn't recognise this. And you're packing for rain, shine, cowhole, plasters, wetsuits, dry suits, special toys, enough snacks to feed an army, and that constant fear of never letting your offspring out of your sight. If you've got two or more, they're always in different directions. And I don't know if anyone else can sympathise with this one. I remember that time when I was just so tired. I would go to the loo to have a little cry, just so I could be on my own. Mummy, knocking on the door. Are you there, Mummy? I think quite a few of us could see a couple of people laughing. Yeah, you got that. And of course, the other thing is the cost. The cost of holidays is a huge issue. And far too many families, we all know families in our town who have no money left in the pot and are literally living hand to mouth. They may have been just getting through on furlough. As furloughs being taken away, many have now lost their jobs. And to be honest, those who are seeking jobs might just as well go mining for gold, unless they want to work in the hospitality industry. They need a holiday too, but they're not really likely to get one. You may be one of the many in healthcare and have been in the healthcare situation throughout the last dreadful 18 months, unable to have had any holiday at all. And the possibility of a holiday to come might be completely out of the question. So what can we do? How can we carve out a space where we can switch off long enough to feel the benefit? I'm going to take a break now for the second song, which is What a Beautiful Name. Please stand if you are able.